I will not be silent.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't get it. Ridley Scott decided he wanted to make a rape epic. I hate that term so much, but this is an epic historical film. It's set in medieval times, it's based on a true story of the last sanctioned duel in France ever. And it just... I mean, in the Me Too age, we're seeing more and more films come out that deal with these sensitive topics and issues, and that's good. They need to. They're not particularly fun films to watch, but they are necessary and they're important to tell, especially the true story aspects. The interesting thing about this, and as I watch it, this is my one big point, okay? The story is about Jean de Carouge, his wife Marguerite, and Jacques Legris. And she accuses Jacques Legris of raping her, and we see the history between the two men and how that leads to this moment, this last duel to the death that was ever had in France, as far as the government-sanctioned ones are concerned. But we see the story building from quite some time back to the duel from all three perspectives. We see it from Damon's character's perspective, and then from Driver's character's perspective. We spend a lot of time with Damon, quite a lot of time with Driver, and then we get to Jodie Comer as Marguerite and her point of view. And it's short, glossed over, really. Feels like by that point of the film, it's 160 minutes long. The story plods through a lot of the same scenes from multiple viewpoints, and it does enough to keep going, but it is slow paced. And it feels like the film itself is kind of desperate by the point we get to her story to just skip to the duel at the end. And that's bad. As much as I think Ridley Scott, I mean, he directed Alien. He was one of the very first great, amazing female action star roles, maybe the best in the history of cinema. He knows how to handle female characters, and yet this story, it feels like that she really got glossed over. She's the tertiary character. She's being pushed to the side, as society at that time would have pushed her to the side. Why is the film pushing her to the side so much as a character? I don't know, but I don't like it. It does just enough to show that she's the smart, intelligent one, and the men are kind of dumb brutes. But, yeah, that's upsetting to me. I think the film is good, it's interesting, it's well made, it has the medieval style of Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, not quite the flair of them. I'm not going to be rushing to watch this one again. The finale is very good, but it spends so long leading up to it that by the time you get there, you're just kind of like, okay, just do it already. And as much as I feel like Ridley Scott is a good choice for a man to have directed this, as a man watching it, I wanted a woman to be directing it. And there's some good choices out there. I don't know why Ridley Scott felt the need to take this one on particularly. It should have been a female story. But I'm giving Blood Brothers 69 out of 100. It is good, it's well made, it's a good film, but it doesn't quite have what it should have. It should have focused more on her, it should have tried to, I don't know, it just didn't need to be this long, and it needed to have a bigger percentage of its screen time spent on her, I think. It was just, yeah.